They chillin' in Alaska, swimming in Atlanta, vultures out in B-Mall, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howlin' down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, Desperado shooting, the renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the Furies swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the Sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Game day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the ruckus. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Third down is going down. Round and pound, no, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat, if I catch it, then I'm out. Fourth and inches gotta take. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The other ball and draw them off sides.
Irvine, Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to be comfortable behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Jay Ayola shakes it. Oh my goodness, Ayola gets away. Jay Ayola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. Ash Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-5 touchdown. Oh my word.
Tonight, it's a battle of special teams, unlike we've ever seen before. Max Jackson, with 3 kick returns already this season, goes up against an MVP candidate kicker, Cole Varner, who's made, I don't even know how many field goals at this point. I think it's 13. It may be more. We're going to find out as we dive into this one, as the historically good and trending up Mexico City defense hosts the Las Vegas Fury. It's Fan Night on Twitch, and it starts right now. Welcome to Estadio Azteca for tonight's Fan Night game of the week between the Las Vegas Fury and the Mexico City Aztecs. Alongside Jeff Mullenax on stats, Stephen Mullenax, I'm Cameron Irvine. Hello, Stephen.
Hey, Cam. Great to be here in Mexico City. Great to be here with you on this Monday night to get to watch this great SFL matchup between Mexico City and Vegas. You know, after losing to Alaska back in week 1, Mexico City has gone on a 3-game winning streak and they've done so by being a defensive juggernaut, limiting their opponents to just 6 points per game during that impressive run. As for Vegas, they got a much-needed win last week at Denver after suffering through a 3-game losing streak. Can their top 5 rushing attack and run defense fend off the beast, Ray Bentley and Hall of Famer Matt Wilson? We'll find out tonight.
Yes, we will. And Thomas Rahman is out to call, and he'll call tails. Fury win the toss. He'll kick it away. Jeffrey Daggs will go back to return. Capping off an exciting, odd, fantastic week number 6. Here we go. The Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, and that ball is on that team. Las Vegas, kick it. We're underway. From the 11-yard line, this is Daggs on the return, out to just the 30. And out comes Hall of Fame quarterback Matt Wilson. You know, Matt Wilson hasn't thrown. Go ahead, Steven, take it away.
Well, Matt Wilson has not thrown a single touchdown pass since week 1. Yet, without doing so, this team is 3-0 when he doesn't do so. So they are winning the ball game through the legs of Ray Bentley, through the efficiency of Matt Wilson, and through their strong defensive effort.
The handoff goes to Ray Bentley, and Bentley will pick up 4. And some people saying in the chat that the title of our stream still says San Fran and Alaska. You can direct all of your complaints about how social media is being run to Andy Hamilton at Bengals Fan 1 in the chat. Love you, Andy.
So talking a little bit more about Matt Wilson under center. So far this season, through 4 games, 740 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completing 71% of his passes.
2nd and 6, and the handoff again goes to Bentley, and look at Max Jackson stuffing him in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards, and the Orb Father goes down for 2.
Well, Max Jackson is really the king of everything on this defense. 40 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 3 kick returns for touchdowns on special teams. He's the do-everything utility guy on this impressive Las Vegas defense.
So 3rd down and 8 for Wilson and the Aztec offense, wearing all green tonight. Vegas in their black helmets, white jerseys, yellow pants, and that pass is caught over the middle of the field, breaking a tackle. K.L. Barrett out to the Vegas 43-yard line. Didn't have the widest of windows there for Wilson, but Barrett made the play.
Well, Wilson, known for his great accuracy, they're able to drop that one in the bucket to Barrett. His go-to really wide receiver for several seasons. Actually, Barrett and Montague both have 18 receptions on the season.
2 backs and 2 receivers, and Wilson taking a long time to further his instructions. Back to throw. Matt Wilson deep down the field, incomplete. That pass knocked away by Merrick Itera, the former San Francisco Shark.
Itera, 26 tackles and an interception this season, but 6'3", 225 pounds. You can see that that's a big frame for, a cornerback out there, and able to get that big paw up in there and knock that one down.
2nd down and 10 at the 43. 9:15 to go in the first. No score here on Fan Night. 2 backs and 2 receivers, and Wilson will fire again, and that pass is knocked away. That's Levant Irvine with the deflection and not afraid to rock the purple sleeves.
Well, Irvine's actually his 8th pass defense of the year right there, with just a nice extension and really a crowded middle of the field there for Wilson to try and poke a hole through. Just a really good job by this Vegas defense to come out and force this 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 at the Vegas 43. 3 straight passes after 2 runs to start the drive for the Aztecs. And Wilson is going to be... Did he get the ball away? They said that he did. And lucky to do so as well. Andrew Scott bearing down on him, and Vegas bends and does not break.
Yeah, terrific job here just to establish themselves early against a Mexico City offense, that has been relatively conservative in how they played through these past 3 wins. Now we'll get a chance to see if Vegas' offense can do anything against what's a highly touted Aztecs defense.
So Lopez punts it away. Fair catch called for by Jackson at the 11. That's what you want Max Jackson doing, calling fair catches, because you don't want him returning punts or kicks tonight. Well, Mexico City's defense enters onto the field, and they are, they have made league history. They're the first team in league history for 3 consecutive weeks to win a game when their offense scores less than 20 points.
Yeah, it's been an impressive defense. Again, this is a defense that has limited their opponents to 6 points a game average in the last 3 games. Just an amazing run.
1st and 10 at the 11, and Robert Redford trying to carve through the defense, picks up 4. And we were just going through the stats in pregame, Stephen. And Queen City actually is the #1 scoring defense, but that Week 1 performance or lack thereof against Alaska really skews Mexico City's numbers. Yeah,
they're actually tied for #1 prior to coming into this week on scoring defense, averaging 14 points per game. But they were averaging only 6 the last 3, so tells you what happened there in the Alaska game in Week 1.
Rahman out to Redford on a check down. Nothing doing there. Tackle on the wrap-up from Carlos Powers. 3rd and 9 from deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and this is a passing game that also utilizes Robert Redford, their top running back. He's had 32 receptions on the season. That's more than either of their other main wide receivers, John Blades or Brent Funk.
Blades at the bottom, Funk at the top of the formation. Ball on the left hash, and Rahman forced to throw against a 4-man rush. Thomas Rahman deep down the field, knocked away. That pass deflected by Nick Daggs, second year out of St. Louis, and Thomas Rahman's struggling rookie season continues.
And a good job there by Nick Daggs, able to get just a fingertip on that ball. If it was thrown just slightly higher, maybe an inch or 2, that could have been a long completion. But this is actually this really is a game of inches. Speaking of inches, look at that penalty.
I think Mexico City was offside. It's really just slowing the game down. Jonathan Alvera with the penalty. And we know how these officials like their airtime. 4th and 4 coming up.
Yeah, it gives the punter maybe just a little bit more breathing room. He doesn't have to stand in his own end zone to get it out of there. And let's not forget, in this guy, Dustin McCray here, the punter, you've got probably one of, if not the best punter in the league. So that extra 5 yards, who knows what that's going to net him on the end of this kick.
McRack punting it away from the 2. And at the 42-yard line, look at the return room for Daggs. Daggs up to midfield. Nice return and gives Wilson a lot of space. Stephen, we've seen it time and time again. Sometimes when a team is able to just have total dominance of field position early, it can lead to some unfortunate results for these tired defenses.
And this is, advantage Mexico here, as they're already going to start this drive near the right near or on the 50-yard line.
3 receivers, 2 backs for Wilson. 7:46 left here in quarter number 1. And Wilson is going to be sacked as Vegas stacked the line. That sack is by Harley Stone, and Vegas has gotten some pressure early.
Well, let's not forget that Fats Johnson, Mike Johnson, came over from Tallahassee and has really transformed this defensive line. And although he's not the one who got in on the sack there, you can be sure that his presence and the presence in the minds of these offensive linemen help these other defensive linemen out.
2nd and 13, Vegas running a 4-4 here as Wilson looking around is going to be sacked again, a loss of 6 yards. And you don't see a ton of 4-4 in the SFL, Stephen, but it has proven to be very effective here early on.
And what's great about the 4-4 here in this situation, that was a coverage sack. Wilson simply didn't have anyone to go to in the secondary. And when you can do that, when you're stacking 8 in the box to stop Bentley, you're having a good night.
3rd and 19, Wilson dropping back deep against a blitz. Pass is nearly picked and then nearly caught somehow by Barrett. Look at Max Jackson on the sideline saying, "No, sir, you did not catch that."
Well, here Matt Wilson under extreme pressure once again. nearly throws a pick six there to
picked.
number 39 to Itera. If he can get his big mitts on it, he might be able to come away with that, but just mistimes his jump, gives Baird an opportunity to catch the ball, but he can't do so.
I think that went right through his hands. Looked like it. I mean, it's a perfect spiral right through the helmet and the outstretched hands of Itera, and Vegas may have missed an opportunity there, but still get the ball back after a 3-and-out. Aztecs have only moved the chains once. Vegas 3-and-out on their last possession.
Yeah, tough to catch a ball with a 747 flying in front of you.
Jackson back to return from the 22-yard line. Jackson drags his way to the 25, 6:34 left to go in the first quarter. Well, much was made about Robert Redford in the offseason, getting the fattest contract in the SFL this year. And Stephen, what do you think about how he's lived up to his billing?
Well, in week one, he was absolutely a beast, leading this Vegas team to a win against San Francisco 41-7. But since then, the Fury offense has tried to become more balanced and hadn't called his number as much as they've done in week one. But they surely know, and defenses surely know, that he is their number one offensive weapon. And they go through him on the ground, through the air. But as the Fury have tried to balance this offense a little bit, that's where they've struggled.
Redford gets the carry, loss or gain of just one. Dags on the stop, 2nd down and 9 for Rahman and the Fury, who are 2-3, just got a big victory in Vice Wars in prime time last week, 18-15 on a bizarre ending as Redford picks up 3 and will set up a more manageable 3rd and 6.
And this is where Rahman and his wide receiver crew is going to need to come and step up here on these 3rd down and 6s. You don't want to have to call your running back's name every time you need one of these conversions. You're going to need to get something out of your passing game.
Chat shoutouts, Ochotona 11, PB and Jotter, Vancouver Legion, Lord Mordath as Rahman's going to be sacked. And sacks aplenty here tonight. Going to bring up 4th down. Mauricio Zeta on the stop. So we head to a replay.
And Zeta here able just to get past the guard there, just push him to the side after that initial contact. Just not giving Rahman enough time really to sit back there and go through his progression.
MixRR with the 100 bits, Eric JWA in the chat, Mighty RX, C Pundy, H2022, Orb Father, and many others here tonight on Fan Night. BitW4342K, TMG82 as well. Dags breaks a tackle and then gets thrown back into the next dimension. Ball at the 44-yard line officially to start Mexico City's 3rd drive. All sorts of scoring opportunities and positions for the Aztec offense, but the Vegas defense has been for real.
Yeah, and they've started their last 2 drives with really great field position, just have not been able to capitalize.
Zane Doty, 160 bits. He's now number 1 on the weekly leaderboard that just reset today. 1st and 10 at the 44. Hand off to Bentley. And Bentley's had more success than Wilson here early on. Picks up 6 yards. Irvine on the tackle.
Well, we know the legend of Ray Bentley, built like a tank, delivers blows, and when he's without giving any ground, this guy here is a former MVP, a legend in his own mind for sure, as well, but also on the field. So it's no doubt that they were going to want to go through him a lot tonight.
Montague and Barrett are the receivers on the outside. Mike Dags is the tight end on the inside as Wilson's pass is caught by Montague. 1st down to the 40. That's his first reception of the day, wrestled down by Anthony Wayo.
A great call here by the offensive coordinator. The nice curl route leaves Montague wide open there. Not a single defender around him, and a nice, easy target for Wilson.
The Dr. Zach wanting the top of the bit leaderboards. He's now on top with the 200 bits. Thank you for your support. Wilson going to throw again out to Bentley. And Bentley, not much room. Levant Irvine, check that Itera with the closing speed. At first, we thought we were going to get a lot of rain tonight, but the rain is holding off for now.
Yeah, I like it either way, Cam. A wet ball game there with the torrential downpour. It just adds to the atmosphere and the mystique of the game. Reminds me of those old SFL games from back in the day.
2nd and 10 at the 40. Wilson has a pocket. Now out to Bentley, and Bentley looking for some room, and just not a lot there. And it's almost like, Steven, we see Ray Bentley not take it easy, not on cruise control, but he really saves his best for the end of the year.
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly he builds, just like his running style, kind of builds the more that you play him. And right now he's being used as a safety valve for Wilson and not having much success.
3rd and 7. Barrett can't turn the corner. Heck of a tackle on the outside made by Atera, who's been all over the top of the screen. And this was Cole Varner territory, man. He's going to come out to try to stay perfect.
Yeah, not the outcome that you wanted, but at least you're going to get an opportunity here to get some points. And you've got the most consistent kicker in the SFL, a straight 13 of 13 on field goals this season.
Or not, as Mexico City is out attempting to go for it, although it looks like they're just trying to get Vegas to jump. Look at Vegas, man. They're not messing around on this defensive front tonight. I mean, they're ready to go. I don't think Mexico City wanted any part of that. They'll bring out Varner.
Yeah, I don't know if they're showing enough respect for Matt Wilson. I mean, bringing that many defenders to the line and having that many defenders in the box is basically saying, hey, we don't believe your wide receivers can beat our guys one-on-one. Let's see what happens. And so far tonight, outside of stopping them here for a possible field goal, they've really looked good.
Holy moly. Denver Nightwings, 10,000 bits saying hello from the beach. Hello, Denver Nightwings. Wow.
We hear you. We see you.
Incredibly bad snap here. Varner's kick, of course, has plenty of leg. And Varner's now 14 of 14. But thank you so much. We take this time to give a PSA that bits do not equal wins, but we appreciate all of your support, Jeremy, for the SFL.
Yeah, if only they did, my man. If only they did. Cole Varner just doing what he's doing. What he does best, kick field goals. 14 of 14 now this season. Just the best the SFL has to offer. Although we do have to mention on the other side of the ball that Matt Rage is a perfect 9 for 9. So right on his tail.
Izanagi with 1,000 bits and Easy Temple with 1,500 bits here recently. So, man, we are just having a fantastic night of league support. And I have to say, Easy Temple is moving up the all-time bit leaderboard, which, by the way, is owned by Jason1347 if you're interested in catching up to the top of the leaderboard. And actually, Den Nightwings, with his most recent cheer, is now 3rd on the all-time leaderboards for cheers. So heck of a job there by the SFL community. It's 2nd down and 7 after the Redford run in front of 70 viewing audience members here tonight.
So what you're saying is Den Nightwings needs to step his game up.
No.
He's only at 3rd, right?
That is not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
2nd and 7. You step your game up at the 27-yard line for Vegas. I formation, Mexico City's up 3-0 off of yet another Cole Varner field goal as Rahman's pass is caught, and that was a tough catch to make too. Brett, too much funk with the first down.
Yeah, beautiful play there. I really like the fact that you just send Funk on a straight 9 route up the field, and you allow Rahman just to lay it up there for the big fella to go up and jump up and get it, and comes down with it. So a nice pass play there. Maybe we'll get something going here for Vegas through the air.
1st down and 10 at the 36, and Rahman fires it out to Redford. Redford with a stiff arm, but look at Mexico City. A gang of green all over the field, a loss of 1. As many Aztecs in there on the stop.
Well, Rahman going to his reserve shoot there and pulling it, trying to get something positive out of that, but the defense is just too good and too fast, causing that 1-yard loss.
2nd and 11 at the 35, coming up on the end of the first quarter. Vegas still trying to get on the board, and what was expected to be a low-scoring Western Conference affair. Here's Robert Redford getting free, and Redford nearly got the first down, picks up 10 on what may be the quarter's final play.
Well, known for being a real powerful back, Redford, they're able to get skinny in the middle of that that line there and squeeze through and find himself an opening. Some green grass there for that 9-yard gain.
Third down and 1. Are they going to get it off? Yes. Hand off. Got it. First down and more. Redford dragging a defender into Mexico City territory. 28 yards on 6 carries. Robert Redford looking pretty good tonight as we get one last look at it.
Yeah, and they send the fullback off to the right to try and fool the defense a little bit and really play Redford there like he is a fullback diving into the line.
End of the first quarter. 3-0 Aztecs trying to get to 4-1. Fury right on their tail. This is the SFL Network on Twitch presented by APM Music, and we're back after this. APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you by Show Business Studios, by MediaTek Institute, by Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygoat. The ever beautiful Mexico City on a gorgeous night, what ended up being a gorgeous night here south of the border. Mexico City up 3-0. Vegas on their best drive of the night here so far. Rahman's out of the shotgun, empty backfield. And Rahman will fire it short to the sideline. That is Blades with the reception. A 3-yard gain, diving into his bench.
Yeah, and you'd like to see that from Vegas here. Let's get the passing game a little bit more involved. Let's see if we can start to poke and prod this Mexico City defense. See if we can find some weak spots that we can take advantage of.
2nd down and 7 at the 45. Good ball game, good competitive ball game. Vegas really trying to make a statement here tonight. Redford can't get a gain on that. Jack Brown, the veteran, on the tackle. Brown in his 3rd season. And, Stephen, this is the type of game that an expansion team can really boost their profile, because I don't think many people expect them to go into Mexico and get a win tonight.
Well, they face some of the best, teams here in the SFL, Sioux Falls, Alaska, and now Mexico City. So a big challenge, and let's see if they're up for it.
Rahman deep ball, caught, Funk! Brett Funk, touchdown, Las Vegas! What a throw from Rahman and the Vegas Fury are on top.
And let's not forget, this is against a Mexico City defense that has only allowed 6 points per game, allowed nothing to Sioux Falls last week, and here, potentially 7 points on the board by Vegas here early in the 2nd quarter. Wow, way to come out and say, hey, Mexico City's offense, you're going to have to step up your game because we're here to play.
71 out of 97 people picked Mexico City to win the ball game. By the way, who you got was pretty sharp this week. Baltimore, Queen City, Tallahassee, Atlanta, all favorites, Chicago, Alaska, to win their respective ball games. But the community picked Denver over Vancouver. That didn't pan out. And picked Dallas over Tulsa. That didn't pan out. 7-3 Vegas.
Thank you for bringing that last.
I'm sorry. I was reading the data. It's not like I knew what I was going to have to end with. I just combing through it, man. Combing through it.
Me too.
Kick is away. Daggs back to return. Jeffrey, that is, from the 9-yard line. Short kick. Daggs still on his feet. Past the 30 to the 31. 10:07 to go in the first half, and Vegas controls their destiny.
And, I think what this is going to mean, this is something different than what this Mexico City offense has seen through their last 3 games and their last 3 wins, is they haven't really had to play from behind because their defense has been playing so well. So what does this now do to Matt Wilson under center? Do you give more of this ball game to him?
Wilson, 3-step drop, fires over the middle. Oh, what a beautiful one-hander by Montague, pickup of 9. And Robert Redford with 100 bits, and Max Jackson with 700, presumably for the touchdown.
Well, when wide receivers are making catches like that for you, you got to feel good if you're Matt Wilson. Feel real comfortable here if you know that you need to throw one up to one of these wide receivers for a big play, that they're playing for you right now.
Second down, 1. Split backs for Wilson. Fury by 4. Hand off to Bentley. Ray Bentley's got a first down to the 44-yard line. Tackle made by number 92. That is Frank Slade. Welcome to the game, Frank. Rahman, 5 of 6 for 54 yards and a touchdown. Bentley now 12 yards on 4 carries. D-Shot Devils just subscribed with a Tier 1 sub. That's 8 months in a row. Thank you, D-Shot Devils, as Ray Bentley picks up 6 out to midfield. And the Aztecs, once again, moving the ball well, but they've stalled out in between the 30 and the 50 here a few times tonight.
Yeah, and what I'll tell you what really helps you, if you're able to get 6 yards on the ground on first down, it just opens up your playbook to so many things, both on the run and through the air on 2nd and 4, and potentially 3rd down as well.
Daggs is off the line there on the left, 2nd and 4, handoff. Bentley, and an excellent tackle made on the outside. That, again, was Wolfgar Reinhardt.
Well, that brings up a 3rd down and short. And this is something we need to note here, Cam, that Mexico City is last, 21st in the league when it comes to converting on 3rd downs. They only convert 38% coming into this game.
3rd and 3. Wilson fires middle and bobbled around 2 different Aztecs. Daggs and Montague had a chance to catch that one, and Daggs with Pro Bowl flashbacks. It's 4th and 3.
And that's a bit of a playbook issue there. That play called for 2 Aztec wide receivers to be in the same area. And what that does, it just really groups a bunch of Vegas defenders in the area as well. And then it kind of becomes a free-for-all if the receiver can't come down with it.
I think Ramos will murder you for saying that he has a playbook error. You just never know. He's a quiet guy, but those are the ones you got to worry about. As Jackson from the 10-yard line brings it out to the 14. So, hey, Vegas on the road, playing a pretty good ball game. They're trying to get to 500 in a very cluttered and cloudy Western Conference.
Yeah, but, this is the time of year we both know that right here at this midseason point, these teams start to separate themselves from the others. And for teams that were shaky, like Las Vegas, maybe in their first few games, they're starting to find themselves in what works, especially as an expansion team, really going through this for the first time. 1st
and 10 at the 14. Rahman going to go out to Redford. Redford's got some space. Redford discards a defender and picks up a first down to the 25-yard line.
Well, Redford's got the body armor to take punishment, but he can dole out punishment too. And here we see him absolutely lay a helmet into a defender and get those extra yards to convert the first down. But, boy, what a luxury to have a security blanket like him to throw to.
King Wallace's island sunk into the turf there. 1st and 10 at the 25 for Rahman. Couple of chat comments. Mighty RX says cluttered. I don't mean at the top, Mighty, clearly. But down there at 3 and 2, 3 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, it's a bit of a mess there in the West. Jack Brown swats that one away. Oh, and by the way, Stephen, comment of the night, Ramos Lynn says, nah, all good with Stephen or not? Question mark?
Ooh. Well, I'd say we settle this on the field, but we both know how that's going to go.
Second, there's going to be a lot of passing. 2nd and 10 for the 25. 7:16 to go in the first half. Handoff to Redford, and Redford dragging a defender, but really nice job to hold him down. Dorian Lopez on the stop. It's 3rd down and 7. Critical 3rd down for the Aztec defense.
Yeah, and you know what? The Furies' offense has looked pretty good, through the passing game. We know they can run with Redford. But now you're getting to this 3rd and long situation here. You're going to need one of your wide receivers to step up for you once again so you can continue this series.
Trips off the left side for Rahman. Ball closer to the right hash than the left. Rahman deep, drop back, fires it outside. Caught by Blades. Running down the Vegas sideline again at the 42-yard line. And Rahman has more passing yards and touchdowns than Matt Wilson tonight.
Well, I love the play call. The deep drop by Rahman gives him enough time to find his receiver on the deep out Blades there, and it's an easy pitch and catch because Blades is able to get enough separation from the defender to give his quarterback a large window to throw through.
6:36 to go in the first half. Time ticking away. Aztecs down 4. Handoff Redford. Got a great block there by the left tackle, and a pickup of 7 out of the 49.
Yeah, again, on first down, getting crucial running yards here, making it just a much easier, first down conversion from 2nd and 3. It just opens up so many things for you, whether in the run or the pass game. I can't say enough about these first-yard gains.
2nd and short. 13 on the play clock. Nickel look out of the defense. They're coming up. Oh, and Robert Redford took a punishment. Tackled again there by Nick Daggs, who's having a strong outing. 3rd down and 6. The Aztecs were all over it.
Well, give credit to Nick Daggs. They're in the backfield so quickly, and that's just part 1. Part 2 is able to bring down Redford, who's been destroying people out there. Daggs does a good job of getting him down and keeping him down.
Rahman on another 3rd down, trying to convert, escapes pressure, fires into the crowd, and it really should have been picked off. That was Nick Daggs again. Daggs all over the field, and the Aztec defense goes back to the bench.
Well, make no mistake, that was all about pressure. Rahman, with pressure in his face, uncomfortable, has to move to his left and throws an inadvisable pass, as you said, nearly gets picked off.
McRack McRack on to punt it away for Vegas. I believe it's his 3rd punt of the night. Had the touchdown on the other drive. Neither team has turned the ball over. Punt is away cleanly. Daggs standing at his 16-yard line and manages to wrestle his way up to the 20. Matt Wilson heading back out there with 2 timeouts in his pocket. All 3 for Vegas still here on Fan Night. 78 viewers tonight, holding steady and strong, and hopefully we got a close ball game to keep you entertained in the 4th quarter. First down, Richard Montague with another reception.
Yeah, the nice little slant route there ran by Montague, and the coverage is just way off, playing so far back that it allowed Montague really to make that cut inside and just give Wilson just a big wide open target, showing his numbers there to his quarterback.
Hand off to Bentley, and Ray Bentley lost a yard. Another wrap up from Max Jackson, and I'm pretty sure both tackles have been for a loss, but we're not going to argue with 2K on that one.
Well, Jackson there, he's got so much speed. Obviously, as their primary returner, you know that he's a fast guy, but he really got around that corner quick and was able to meet Bentley in the backfield.
2nd down and 11. And Wilson in trouble. Got away, at least for a moment, but then sacked again in the backfield, and that is Max Jackson coming in on a safety blitz and a loss of 5.
Boy, I like the play call here. Bringing a bit of the house right down the middle of the field in Jackson once again, and Wilson trying to do that spin out. The problem is you have to reset your feet, and Jackson and the other defender are just too quick, and they're not going to fall for that. So Wilson here, you can't play from your back.
3rd down and 16, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Wilson and the Aztecs struggling a bit, down 7-3, but a lot of game left to play. And Wilson will have to check it down to Bentley. That was almost deflected at the line, but no gain either way. Atera and company are all over it again, and actually that's the fullback on the reception. And that brings up 4th down.
If he's able to get that ball to Tovar, which is the fullback, just a little bit quicker, there may have been an opportunity there. There was green grass in front of him, but just working through his progression, not finding anyone, and finally just going to his safety valve, just basically a throwaway play.
From the 41-yard line, Jackson up to the 45. Well, week 7 is just around the corner. It all kicks off Friday night with Friday Night Lights. The Indianapolis Red Devils, they need to save their season. 1-5. They host the Queen City Corsairs, who just blasted the St. Louis Gladiators 62-3 in the largest victory in league history. But as you know, Stephen, upsets happen in the quietest of forms, and Indy could definitely pull one, as Redford is going to the 37-yard line. Heck of a run for Redford, untouched for quite some time, and Vegas moves the chains.
Well, you got to like the burst of speed here by Redford, able to see the hole. What a great big block there by the fullback, and the opening made by the offensive line. And it's like Moses parting the sea as Redford goes right down the middle, untouched for a good 10 yards.
Saturday night in Week 7, Carolina resumes their undefeated mission in Season 11. They host the London Knights, who are also in dire need of saving, although played a pretty good ball game against Baltimore, I have to say. That was a classic. King Wallace with that deflection. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, maybe more than just a deflection there. Nearly a pick six. King Wallace, boy, a dangerous guy to throw against there. Almost took it to the house if he could just get both paws on it, but just a good job to get a hand up and knock it away. Still dangerous pass there by Rahman.
DR Sim 80 with the 100 bits. Appreciate that, Damon. 2:45 to go first half. Handoff. Redford just loses everybody. Finally brought down by Dags at the 22-yard line, but Robert Redford is having one of his better games of the season so far.
Well, Redford must be left-handed because, man, he's got a lot of power in that left arm. As we see here, he just pushes off the defender with his shoulder and that bicep, flexing a little bit and getting onto the outside. And, again, that speed boost around the corner is lethal. This guy is fast. This guy is powerful. He's showing the entire repertoire tonight.
1st and 10 at the 22. Handoff Redford, that time going nowhere. Jack Brown sniffs it out and says, I don't think so. No gain, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning, I think. 2 minutes. This is the SFL, presented by APM Music on the SFL Network on Twitch. You're watching the Fan Night Game of the Week. Two minutes left. Vegas in scoring position. They're already up 4. Played one of their best halves of the year. 2nd and 10 at the 22. 4 down lineman for the Aztecs. And looking near side. That pass is ruled an incompletion. Marion Corbetti was the intended target.
Yeah, I'd like to see a challenge here from up in the booth. I think that he might have had his feet in, but I don't think we're going to get it. That's actually a big non-call there, Ken, because that changes from a potentially 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and 10. So now you're really putting the onus on Thomas Rahman here to convert this.
3rd down and 10. Rahman going to the end zone. Touchdown!
Wow.
Las Vegas, Brett Funk again. He's got 2 tonight in the first half.
Well, Funk is getting funky back there behind these Aztec defenders. Somehow he is sneaking behind one of the best defensive secondaries in the SFL. I don't know who's blowing their assignment tonight, Cam, but that's something that this Mexico City coaching staff has got to fix at halftime, or Funk is going to kill him tonight.
Thomas Rahman, a couple of touchdowns here in the first half. That builds confidence for the second pick in the rookie draft, or the third pick actually in the rookie draft. That was Amon Takes going number 2. How could I forget, to the Vultures, as the extra point for the Fury is good. It is 14-3, and we take a moment to hear a word from the SFL. We'll be right back.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Dag's nice return out to the 31. 100 bits from Robert Redford for the touchdown for Vegas. 14-3. Las Vegas is on top by 11, pulling an upset tonight.
Yeah, you know, Cam, like deodorant, a great defense can cover up odors of an offense. But here, the Mexico City's defense has really faltered here in this first half. So now Mexico City's offense is going to need to step up and not be so odorous.
Where do you get these things? Speaking of odorous, Ray Bentley picks up 8, 2nd and 2.
And this clock will continue to tick down. I'd really like to see more of a hurry-up offense here from Mexico City, start using their timeouts instead of running this clock. Putting some points on the board here before halftime is really going to help your momentum.
1:20 to go in the second. Mexico City staying pretty conservative, and look at this, 5 men on the line here for Vegas, and the handoff goes to Bentley, and Bentley's going to run around all of them, get past midfield down to the 49-yard line.
And that's the danger of putting so many defenders on the line, is that Bentley can get around them, then it's kind of wide open spaces for him.
Swing out to Bentley, and Ray Bentley not going anywhere. Tackle made on the far side by Yuri Boyka. 50 seconds left and 2 timeouts for the Aztecs, and they're going to hand it off to Ray, and Ray got a block, and then Ray gets thrown down. Max Jackson, a tremendous hit, and it brings up 3rd and 6.
Well, if those blocks can hold just a little bit longer, then Bentley gets loose once again here, able to kind of bypass the first and really take on the first block. He really probably didn't have to, and then his second blocker just couldn't hold the guy long enough.
Rob Roby, 1,000 bits for the SFL. Hashtag salute. Hashtag salute. We salute you, sir. 3rd down and 6 from the 45, and Wilson's pass is caught right in his zone into Cole Varner range for Montague.
And you only have 1 timeout left. You want to save that. They're going quick to the hurry up.
Wilson's got a receiver either side. Barrett bottom of the screen. Wilson with a pocket collapsing, but a really good job of the offensive line. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Dags down the field.
Yeah, it just took a long time to try and find an open guy, and finally when he did, luckily really for Mexico City, it's an incomplete and not an interception. At least it stops the clock.
24 ticks remain. Las Vegas protecting an 11-point lead, trying to get to 500 in a very difficult Western Conference, as Wilson's going long near side, incomplete, and then Barrett. I thought there for a second, Steven, that he caught it on his way down, but Atera knocked it away for good, incomplete.
Well, yeah, an opportunity to try and as he's going to his back, about to hit the field, able to possibly go up and with his arms and grab that ball out of the air. But no dice here, and 19 seconds left on the clock. A big 3rd and 10 here.
Vegas tied in the box, 8 of them. And Wilson gets just crushed. And Barrett, boy, heavy hitting out here tonight. Barrett's got 49 yards on 3 catches. Somebody has lit his fire. 1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah, that's a great catch and run, and nice job of getting out of bounds. But I think they're probably going to try a field goal here, Cam. I know they're so close, but I just don't think they have enough time to get into the end zone.
That was Fats Johnson there who applied the pressure, and you're right, hit it on the head, Steven. Field goal time for Varner. trying to make it 15 for 15 on field goals this season. It'll be a 26-yard kick. Max Jackson will be back to return, and Vegas gets the ball to start the second half. Kick for Varner from 26 yards away. Automatic. Kick is good.
Yeah.
14-6.
Excuse me. Big victory, though, I think. Big victory for Mexico City right there. Potentially, now you're going to kick off to Max Jackson, so you never know what's going to happen. But potentially could go in at halftime knowing that they just scored the ball and they were able to move the ball down the field very efficiently.
11 seconds on the clock. All 3 timeouts for Vegas. The dangerous Max Jackson with 3 kickoff return touchdowns, standing at his goal line now past the 20. Jackson didn't even get to the 25. Heck of a play on special teams. That was number 41, Ulysses Mora, on the stop.
Yeah, pretty soon. If he starts, returning kicks for touchdowns on the regular, at some point you got to think teams are going to start to trying to kick it out of the end zone, or maybe even preferable to kick it out of bounds at this point.
Thomas Rahman. Interesting to see what Vegas elects to do here. Up 8. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, and Rahman's going to throw. And Rahman's got plenty of time and throws it in double coverage. Oh, my goodness. Steven, that could have given Varner another opportunity to field goal. Just run the ball and get out of here.
That's why, it's not always a wise decision to pass the ball in those situations. An interception automatically puts Mexico City's offense in scoring position. If not, that interception is not taken back as a pick 6. But I say that, and we had a game either last week or the week before where on the very last play of the second half, it went for a long touchdown. So you just never know.
Rahman with 1 second on the clock. He's going to throw it against the 4-man rush, and it's breaking down. And Rahman was going to take off and run, but instead he is sacked. Sack collected by Alan Romero, and that ends the first half of play. We head to the 2K Sports halftime report on the Fan Night Game of the Week with Las Vegas up 14-6. First half stats include more total yards, more rushing yards, and almost more passing yards for Vegas.
Yeah, for Vegas, it was play that funky music, white boy, wasn't it? In that first half, it was funk with 2 big receptions for touchdowns. Him and Rahman, the big connection. They're really in that first half making the difference. 14-6 here has been that connection between those 2 men. But outside of that, Cam, it's been a pretty back and forth game with the defenses really showing out. Been really impressed, though, by what Vegas has done in stopping Ray Bentley and frustrating the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson under center. Offensively, again, Vegas is looking to get obviously Robert Redford very involved in their offense, but when they've passed it, they've actually looked really good at times, and it is the difference in this game. For me, going to the second half, it's all about Mexico City's offense being able to get something going. They look good at the end of the half to be able to get 3 points on the board. And can their defense reestablish themselves here at home and see if they can kind of wrestle what's been a tough Vegas team to handle?
If Vegas wins, they go to 3-3. The Aztecs will fall to 3-2, but Vegas will have the current tiebreaker over them. So they get a heck of a lot closer to the Aztecs than they were at the beginning of the night. Varner will have to kick away for the Aztecs as Las Vegas has an opportunity to increase their lead. Welcome back to Estadio Azteca for the second half. We've seen Mexico City. Have we seen Vegas this year, Steven? I can't recall.
I know that I personally have. I don't know if we have together.
Jackson returns up to the 22-yard line. Tough to say. I did watch a lot of Vice Wars on Rivalry Night last week. That was a crazy ending. And by the way, speaking of crazy endings, Steven, did you see the London-Baltimore game?
I did not.
36 points in the final minute and 22 seconds or whatever.
Wow. I got to check that one out.
You will have to check that out, good sir. And everybody else who hasn't seen it in the chat, bananas. Just so much action. 1st and 10 for the 22 for Rahman, and Rahman flips it out to Redford. Man, he sure is small in stature out there, but standing amongst the tall trees, he picks up a yard.
Yeah, but he's got 2 axes there for arms. He regularly chops down bigger defenders, and that his stature really gives him a lot of speed and a wide base that's really powerful.
2nd down and 9, 4 wide, and Mexico City jumped offside. That's their 2nd penalty of the night. That'll be accepted, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for Vegas. And you brought it up earlier, Steven. Vegas really has not put themselves in bad positions on 2nd down, and that's been a big reason for their success.
Yeah, and here, Mexico City's just being their worst enemy, giving them 5 yards, and again another 2nd and short situation, and that's that's football 101. It just makes things so much easier on everything for your offense, and doesn't put the onus of the offense on that man that we're seeing on screen. It's not all going to be on the quarterback. He can do it plenty of different ways. Let's see how he does it here.
It's going to be a handoff, running left. Redford's got some space. Can't break the tackle. Can't tell you how big of a tackle that was from Nick Daggs again. Redford 78 yards on 14 carries, still running hard.
Well, this is just a great block by the fullback, able to really seal off that linebacker and give nothing but open ground to Redford, which we've seen how speedy he can be tonight. And, boy, he just eats up that grass when you give him an open field like that.
Miller 3569, new face in the chat. What's up, Miller? 1st and 10 at the 39. And Rahman going long. It is knocked away. King Wallace swats that away. And brilliant defensive play as Rahman went for it all.
Well, boy, Rahman showing off that cannon of an arm there, Cam. Actually really looked almost like it was going to be a quarterback draw for a second. He's going to give it to the running back, but holds up and sees something down the field that he likes, and that wrist action to just flick it out there that far. Wow, very impressive.
Toss play to Redford, and Redford lost 4 yards. Jack Brown all over it along with Jeffrey Daggs. And, hey, tosses get a bad rap around here. I've seen some great tosses, but that was not one of them.
No, and you know what? It's a feast or famine play, and I think a lot of SFL coaches just see that more as feast and see that kind of result more often than they want to.
3rd down and 14, a rare 3rd down and long for Vegas tonight. Trips right, back to pass Rahman against a 3-man rush, and deep ball is caught down the field. 40, 30, 25, breaking a tackle down to the 17-yard line. Rahman $149 today, and Chris Knight is the receiver.
Well, we can see that from up here, the separation that he gets, and we actually could see it that just opening up for the quarterback, almost like recognizing it as the quarterbacks recognize it. Not a perfect ball, but Knight able to turn a 360, grab the ball with one hand, bring it in, and get the big gain. Nice recognition by Rahman and patience to let his wide receiver get open.
8:28 to go in the 3rd, and Vegas still has their thumbprint all over the forehead of the Aztecs. Hand off to Redford. Redford's got a lot of space up the middle, picks up another 6 yards down to the Aztec 11-yard line.
And Cam, to go back to that previous play, we've seen all the big plays tonight against the Aztec secondary come on that deep right-hand side. That's where Funk's got his 2 touchdown receptions. That's where Knight had that big reception. So something's going on in the secondary in that quadrant, and Vegas is keyed up on it.
Toss out to Redford, and Redford can't find any room. Brown there again on the stop, loss of 1. Redford 79 yards on 17 carries. Rahman having the game of his life right now. 10 of 17, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 150 yards on the road.
Yeah, just terrific job tonight. And, this is what they've wanted this entire time. Ever since they had that big run-only game in week 1, they want this balanced offense.
Rahman picked off at the 5. Daggs has a man to beat. He gets blocked. Jeffrey Daggs on the return. 40, 50, 40, 30. They're trying to get him. They will not. Touchdown, Mexico City.
Well, that's what we get for talking up Ramen, Cam. I mean, the pick six from nearly end zone to end zone. What a play here by Dags. It's a shame we don't get the entire replay. No matter. Dags just makes a great individual play on the ball. I have no idea what Ramen was looking at, but there were clearly green jerseys in front of whatever the target was, and that might be one of the easiest interceptions Dags has ever had in his life.
I know it's not traditional, but I'd go for 2 here. You got all the momentum. And look at that, they actually are. They actually are going to go for 2 to try to tie the game. With 7:10 to go in the third, Aztecs chasing points, trying to tie it up. They'll hand it off to Bentley running left, and Ray Bentley got it! Tie game at 14!
A game of inches right there, and probably just an inch or two for Bentley, but just enough momentum to get him past the end zone pylon. Boy, it's close.
I think he got it.
Yeah. And we've got a tied ball game.
What a turn of events as the crowd here in Mexico City is fired up, really for the first time tonight. Vegas had done a good job neutralizing them. Now from the goal line, Jackson. Jackson nowhere to go. Put down at the 21-yard line. He has been a non-factor on special teams tonight.
Well, undoubtedly, all the momentum has now shifted to Mexico City. But if you're Vegas' offense, you've got to remember, you just marched down the field against this defense. You've had this defense's number all game long. Nothing has changed outside of the pick six. You got to forget about that, having amnesia, and just go out there and play the game you've been playing all night.
And off Rev forgot to, then wrapped up from behind. That's Avila again, 2nd and 8. Woo! How quickly a game can turn on its head.
Wonderful.
6:40 and ticking. The bright lights of fan night. 4 wide for Rahman, handoff Redford again. And Robert Redford picks up 5 to make it a manageable 3rd and 5 for Rahman to try to shake off the pick six.
Yeah, I understand the thinking behind two runs, both on 1st and 2nd down. But, honestly, I probably would have tried to pass there on 1st down, try to give my quarterback an opportunity to gain some confidence for hitting a 3rd down, trying to hit a 3rd down and 5 like this.
3rd down. They're not even going to give it to him. They're going to give it to Redford instead. Nothing. And the coaching staff does not show the confidence in Rahman to bounce back, and instead it's a 3 and out, and Matt Wilson will get the ball back in a tie game.
Yeah, to me, that's just playing scared football right there. That's being too shook after that big defensive play to go 3 straight runs like that. I mean, obviously showing confidence in your running back, but showing 0 confidence in your quarterback, that does not send a good message.
Punt is away. Dags, 36, spin move to the 40. 5:28 left in the third, and Vegas has got to be looking up at the scoreboard going, I thought there was less time left.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? Now you're giving this offense over to Matt Wilson and this quarterback under center who's thrown for completed had 11 completions, 7 incompletions tonight, 101 yards, and Ray Bentley 41 yards on 10 attempts so far.
And off Ray. There was a defender there. I don't know where he was running to. I think his mom called him in for ice cream. 5 tackles for Jackson now on the day.
You get in this house right now, young man.
Did you see that? He's like, I'm coming, Mom. Coming. Calm down. Stop net. All right, 2nd and 7.
I think you're having flashbacks.
From the 43-yard line. I took the trash out. 2 in the backfield. Dags down the middle, wide open. That's a 1st down to the Vegas 46 for the fullback, Andres Tovar, who's involved in this offense sneakily every week.
Well, you do a good job as a defense. You're covering all the wide receivers. You're covering the tight end. Everybody's covered. And then, boom, they hit you down the middle with the fullback, and nobody's covering the fullback. So it's one of those plays where, like you can prepare for everything, but it's that one thing you don't prepare for that gets you.
4.5 to go in the third. 2 backs and 2 receivers for the Aztecs. Las Vegas trying to get some of the momentum back in this game. They're not going to do it that way. Oh, Ray Bentley had a touchdown, and he just guessed incorrectly. Could have gone left, went right, and a touchdown-saving play made by Boyka.
Well, to me, that's all about Tovar. Tovar, as the fullback, you've got one job to do, my man. Block that guy. Get in front of that block. He does that. That's a touchdown for Bentley. Instead, the defender makes a good individual effort to make a great open field tackle.
4 minutes to go in the third. 2 backs and 2 receivers. 8 in the box again for Vegas. Handoff, Bentley running right past everybody. Ray Bentley, 25 down to the 19-yard line. And, Steven, it looks like the second half adjustment for Mexico City is we got to get Ray Bentley outside and quick to run past that first line of defense.
And let me tell you what, it's not just about the speed of Bentley, but the blockers that he has in front of him. And, in fact, a fullback that has nobody in front of him. And Ray Bentley's just so much faster than the fullback that the fullback can't make a block out there. But you're absolutely right, Cam. Clearly, they are looking and calling Ray Bentley's number here.
2 backs, 2 receivers for Wilson. The Aztecs having an incredible third quarter. Go to the end zone. Incomplete. And Atera continues his... Oh, no, that was Jackson, actually, deep. Continues his phenomenal play tonight. Atera's been great as well.
Well, I love the call by the Aztecs here. You run the ball strong and then go throw a 50-50 ball to your trusted wide receiver to say, hey, go up there and get it, Barrett, like you've done so many times. And you know what? A great ball delivered by Wilson hits Barrett in the hands, but not the first time we've seen Barrett bobble a ball tonight.
It was Atera knocking it away. Chat out, Slasheroo82, H2022, Dags 83, Pure 2K 12, Vancouver Legion, Mr. Gutty 117, Football Dude 93, Xanthos, AP triple one, or quadruple one, I should say, and many others. Wilson end zone! Touchdown to Mike Dags! What a strike in the back of the end zone!
Well, Dags taking some of those ballerina classes in the offseason have started to pay off with the twinkle toes in the back of the end zone. But look, this guy is a big red zone target for Wilson. He's had the luxury, really enjoyed the transfer from Queen City this year. And there found him on the touchdown in the back of the end zone, the 6'7", 265-pound tight end.
Looks good in tights. Looks good in tights. Extra point for Cole Varner to put the Aztecs up 7. They will have scored 15 straight points in the last 7 minutes and 41 seconds, and they didn't even get the ball to start the second half. Varner's extra point is good. Vegas is reeling. 21-14. The 3-1 Aztecs have found their rhythm, and we're back for more after this.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Moonfire Triple Z with the 100 bits, Steven. That is either somebody who really likes sleep or who is so drunk that he misspelled moonshine Triple Z. 3:15 to go in the third. 1st and 10 at the 25. 2 backs, 2 receivers. Handoff Redford. Redford now running left. Robert Redford gets a block. Redford one man to beat, being chased from behind. Robert Redford is tackled by a couple, Wallace and Dags, at the Aztec 38. And what a time to come alive, Robert Redford.
Wow, you can see as he turns on the Jets, as he goes around this corner, great blocking in front of him. Doesn't even need the pulling guard to get out in front of anybody. Really, Jackson pushes him out of the way. Says, get out of the way, big man. I've got yardage to get.
Let's go.
AP quadruple 1 with the 100 bits. Thank you, appreciate that. 1st and 10 at the Aztec 38, 2:42 to go in the third quarter, and the Fury are trying to answer. Handoff Redford again, and Robert Redford a little gassed He gets wrestled down by Jack Brown. And Steven, I don't think we've seen Thomas Rahman throw a pass since he threw the pick six.
Yeah, that's not good. I really, after that pick six, you want your quarterback to get back onto the horse and go out there and make some completions to build that confidence back. By running the ball so much, it really just sends a wrong message to me.
5 straight runs, 6 straight runs. Ref for going nowhere. And Mexico City saying, I dare you. I double dog dare you. 3rd and 12.
Yeah. They're keyed in on it as well. They know that this is a shaken Vegas offense. And now here on 3rd and 12, now Rahman's going to have to step up and try to make a completion that's hard when you're hot as an SFL quarterback, much less coming off a pick six.
3rd down and 12 from the 40. Rahman going to throw all day. Rahman in trouble now. Rahman going to be sacked back in his own territory. 4th and long. It is all Aztecs in the 3rd.
Well, I'm just afraid we're seeing a shaking quarterback right now. This coaching staff has not had much faith in Rahman after that pick six, and he looked like he was having the game of his night. Now we're just seeing a totally different player, not able to find anyone open down the field. That internal clock of his where he needs to tuck it and run is just not there. Held the ball too long. And now, you're going to have to resuscitate him on the sidelines to get him to come alive in this game.
You put him in one of the worst situations you can put a struggling quarterback in. This punt is beautiful, though. McRack, what a job. All the way down to the 1 as Vegas tries to get a safety in back-to-back weeks.
Cam, while we have a second here, I have a request, if you wouldn't mind, to describe what the league is about and who we are.
Oh, sure. We're the first competitive controllerless esport, and we've got players, coaches, owners, real people all around the country, all around the world, really, that have put together a strategy on the field tonight, and we're watching it all unfold and play out, and we just almost watch a safety, and Ray Bentley gets it out past the 5-yard line. That is unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Houdini is still alive, and he wears number 27 for the Aztecs. I have no idea how he disappeared inside the end zone and reappeared outside of it. Just a veteran play.
2nd and 6 from the 5. And the handoff to Ray, and Ray's got a first down. Wyo on the stop, but it was too late, and Mexico City continues to dominate the second half.
Like a tree falling in the forest, Ray Bentley falls over the first down marker there to give really his offense a lot more breathing room after that nice punt.
I have a feeling Ray Bentley could give us a very long paragraph on whether or not you hear a tree fall if you're around. First, I don't know why. It just seems like a topic he would enjoy. 1st and 10 at the 11, and Ray picks up just a yard, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. And what a 3rd quarter it was, turning the game on its head. 15 straight from the Aztecs Fury, trying to stop the bleeding. This is Fan Night, the game of the week on the SFL Network, presented by APM Music. The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you in part by Show Business Studios, MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygo. Start of the fourth. All Aztecs in the second half. Wilson gonna throw. Wilson in trouble. He gets decked by Max Jackson, who comes in on a safety blitz again.
Well, Jackson's speed just makes him lethal as a pass rusher. Really surprised to see Vegas utilize him in that way. But let's remember, Cam, this is a Vegas defense that limited Mexico City to just 3 points in the first half, gave up a whopping 18 points in the third quarter. So they're reeling a bit here.
3rd and 14, and they run it to Ray, and he picks up 28 yards for a Vegas first down, or for a Mexico City first down.
And Ramos Lynn on the sidelines jumping up and down as Bentley gets loose, jumping his own offensive lineman that fell down, but did enough to get the block to spring Bentley loose. And here the big man just eats up yards with the best of them.
Ray Bentley, now 82 yards on 17 carries. He is heating up, and that was actually before this most recent carry. And Ray Bentley going again. Bentley now 116 yards on 18 carries. He is on fire in the second half.
Well, really maximizing the blocking that's unfolding in front of him, Cam. And we know him as a guy that really throws himself around with reckless abandon, but here just doing solid running back things, running the ball, following his blocks, taking what this defense has given him, and then punishing defenders who try to tackle him.
9.5 to go in the fourth. Second down, Ray. Bentley, not a lot of room there. Lost a yard. Jeff Mullenax is on stats tonight. 13 of 21 for Wilson, 131 yards, a touchdown, and no picks. His leading receivers, Dags has 1 catch for the touchdown, Montague 4 for 48, and Barrett 3 for 49, but on 8 targets. 3rd down and 5 at the 40. Mexico City 4 of 9 on 3rd down tonight as Wilson's pass is caught by Montague. First down. Now 5 of 10. They've converted 2 on this drive. First down to the Vegas 45 as Montague goes over to the Vegas bench and talks some smack.
Well, making it look easy there. Montague on the mid out and look at that separation again from the linebacker. You put a linebacker on Montague. Montague's going to burn them all day long. So just not a good defensive design there. But for Wilson, they're not asking Wilson to win the game for them. They're just asking him to manage the team as they've done through their 3 wins. And as you can see, it's been a successful formula.
Vegas needs a turnover bad. Hand off to Bentley, and Bentley got smashed by Atera. Pickup of just 3. And again, Thomas Rahman has not thrown a pass since the Fury were up 14-6.
Yeah, the coaching staff showing absolutely no confidence in him. Cannot help his personal confidence to try and get back on the horse and bring his team back, but they're going to have to call his number here as the Aztecs are rolling.
And the Aztecs have been dominant in time of possession. That pass is caught by Montague, but it's another 3rd down. This is the 9th play of the drive, and as mentioned, 3 of 9 coming into the drive were the Aztecs on 3rd downs. Now they are 3 of 8. Now they're 5 of 10.
Yeah, and this again is the worst team in the SFL right now on getting and converting these 3rd downs. So at only 38%, a bit above their average here in this game.
3rd down and 2. Wilson going to throw. Wilson moved the pocket. Incomplete. Almost fit that in a very tight window. Anthony Weil comes up at the last second, and I think they're out of Varner's range.
And there's a bunch of almost on that play. Wilson almost gets sacked here. The ball is placed with 4 defenders around it, so there could have been almost a tip or a turnover, but and he almost catches it. Having to leap for the ball is the receiver. So a lot of almost, but it all ends in an incomplete and a 4th down.
Hit Weil in the leg. You know, I'd actually be curious to see if Varner could make a 53 or a 54-yard field goal, but I don't think Ramos Lynn wants to ruin his perfect season. Would kill his MVP hopes, I guess. Inside the 10, this is a great punt, and we've seen a lot of fantastic special teams, which we expected tonight. That's down to the 4. Steven, can a kicker win MVP? What if he goes 30 for 30, no pun intended, this year?
Well, actually in the NFL, I think kickers are some of the top scorers in league history, and they do not. I don't know if there's more than 1 or 2 that are in the Hall of Fame. So I think it kind of tells you where kickers are respected in the league. Maybe a little bit higher here in the SFL, though.
Redford picks up 6, and still, although Redford is running well and Vegas is only down 7, Steven, I'm with you. I got to see Rahman complete a pass here to have any faith that they've recovered.
And something easy, something light, not have to get the first down on that first down. Just something to give him some confidence. They're just not doing any of that.
2nd and 4, the 10. Handoff Redford. And Redford didn't get the first down. Now it's 3rd down and 1. And I would imagine they're going to run to Redford's direction again, unless they really want to catch the Aztecs off guard here.
Yeah, but I don't think they can take that kind of chance on their own 13 and something fluke happen. And really, if they, I just think that they're going to play conservative.
Well, we're about to find out. 4 down lineman. Redford dots the I. Going to give it to him. Redford got it. First down to the 17. I can't imagine they're going to throw. Redford's, he's got to be getting exhausted here. That was carry number 26 for Robert Redford.
And honestly, it's still a good play call. Look, you're so deep into your own territory. You're in the shadow of your goal post. It's 1 yard to gain. It's not exactly 4 down territory. It's getting very close. But, yeah, he can get that 1 yard.
Redford again. Nothing. No gain. And Steven, we're approaching our 800th SFL game. I've never seen a coaching staff so spooked in my life after a pick 6.
Yeah, and to have such control of the game prior to that, it just felt like they dominated the first half on two big pass plays. It's not like they ran the ball for those touchdowns. It was 2 pass plays to get to the score that they've gotten, and they've just abandoned the passing game.
And off again. Redford on his 5th consecutive carry picks up a couple. Now it's 3rd down and 8. If I'm Rahman, I'm looking Funk's direction. I got to get that chemistry back.
Well, now you're asking for a quarterback coming off a pick 6 with a cold arm, hasn't used it to anything other than handoff, and you're asking him to get a 3rd and 8 on your own 19.
Boy, rough second half for Vegas here. 5 minutes to go in the 4th. 3rd down. Rahman, pass short. Great for the confidence, but not good for the possession. That is a 4th down and 3, and that came a couple of plays too late. Vegas is forced to punt. And remember, Steven, it not only was 14-6, but Vegas was going to score again. Like they were in the red zone. They were about to go up 2 possessions here on the road. It is just not. Oh, look, are they going for it? On their own 24? Get out of here. Vegas putting it all on the line here. 4th and 3, they're going to run. It's Redford, and he did not get it. Jack Brown stands him up. This is an epic collapse on Monday night.
And give all the credit here to the Aztecs. There looked like there was an opportunity for Redford to get across the first down marker, but Jack Brown and this defense stands him up, says, "You will go no further, young man," and holds him off and puts Mexico City in prime position to just really seal this game.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I can't believe with 5 minutes left, your defense just got to stop. Unbelievable. Handoff to Bentley. What a play in the backfield. That was brilliant from Reinhardt. Loss of 3.
Yeah, we see a couple more of those kinds of plays. Then maybe it kind of makes sense. But, they're going to need that kind of effort here to the Fury are to try and keep Mexico City, from scoring points. They've got Varner, the best kicker in the league. They can kick it from here, but the Aztecs, they just can't lose any more yardage.
2nd and 13. Bleeding some clock. Vegas stacking the box as they have most of the night. Bentley's going nowhere. And look, if I was Mexico City, I'd just run it again and kick the field goal. Why not? Why risk it?
Well, boy, what a way to step up, this Fury defense. You're standing there on the sidelines watching your offense collapse, and you know that now the onus has been put on you to try and stop Mexico City from scoring in scoring range, and they're doing a good job so far.
3rd down and 13. That's exactly what they do. They give it off to Ray. Ray got nothing, and the perfect Cole Varner will come out on the field to try to make it a 10-point game, which the way that Vegas's offense has played, look, Steven, if they go out, somebody said in the chat, it's an interesting point that they're trying to teach Thomas Rahman a lesson with the pick 6, but I can't imagine that with 3 minutes left in this game down 10, you still want to teach them. Don't you want to win?
Well, yeah, you reserve the lessons for the offseason, not doing a regular season game when you're 2-3 and desperately need to get back into the postseason race.
Good snap, good hold, 46 yards. Varner, bam, automatic. He's got 10-point lead, and Mexico City has now scored 18 consecutive points.
Let's not forget here that the coach for Mexico City, Ramos Lynn, is a championship coach. He's got a chip. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. Those 3 straight runs, if Bentley breaks one, then great. You're that much closer to the end zone. If he doesn't, you can still get a field goal and make this a 2-score game with just over 3 minutes left in the fourth.
Rahman needs a miracle comeback as Vegas has dug themselves a significant hole. Max Jackson has been completely irrelevant on special teams. Again, only a return to the 21-yard line. There's still a lot of time and all 3 timeouts for Vegas, but they're going to need something big. And I don't know Rahman is literally 1 for 1 in the last quarter and a half passing for 4 yards.
Well, if I'm Rahman and I get the opportunity, I am looking Brent Funk's way. Find number 16. He's been the playmaker tonight.
Rahman going to throw outside, far side. Caught by Blades. Love the play call. That's what they should have done on the last first down, as Blades picks up 5 and stops the clock.
Yeah, good call there. Again, that's the exact same call that we saw previously, and it just was in the wrong situation. But here, all right, give your quarterback who's been shaky, really because of the things that you've chosen to do play calling wise. Let's get him a little bit confident. Let's get that arm a little warmed up, and let's see if we can make something happen.
2nd down and 5 of the 26. Rahman moving the feet, pass caught. I don't know how. Pickup of 2. That was the tight end on the reception, Raymond Tango. 3rd down and 3. Rahman outside, way overthrew Funk. Now it's 4th down. You got to go for it.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory, but there, Funk just caught up in traffic a little bit, and that's a timing route. So anytime the defense can disrupt that timing, often ends up in an incompletion.
Vegas staring 2 and 4 in the face here, and Mexico City, for all the things that we felt like they were deficient in the first half, they're going to end up only giving up 14 points potentially here to end this game, and that's pretty much with their average to keep that up, as that pass on 4th down is intercepted by Franagawa, who got beat on the last 2 scores. He's going to go for a pick 6, and Mexico City is flexing the muscles tonight.
Well, the Aztecs, they had, like we talked about at halftime, they needed to go in and try to figure out what was happening on that deep right side of the secondary. Clearly here, Rahman looking in that same direction, but the adjustment has been made, and the cornerback kicked away with a great pick, and then he sees nothing but green in front of him. What a way for the Aztecs to really put this game away, and for the Fury just scratching their heads as to what happened. We had control of this game. Where did it go so wrong?
Second half adjustments. The Aztecs have scored 24 straight points in the second half. Outscored Vegas 24-0. Now 25-0. Cole Varner and the rest of the Aztecs are on a mission. They're on their way to 4-1. Let's pause for a brief moment from a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Jackson on the return. Jackson 40. We were just talking about this, Steven. 40, 30, 20. Max Jackson on the return. Too little, too late. At least we think. Vegas back down by 11.
Yeah, Cam, we had a discussion about this. It just seems like whenever the chips are down is when Max Jackson comes alive and is able to pull out a miracle return. I mean, look, this guy has been awesome all night. He has been rushing the passer. He's been all over the field, and clearly, if not the most talented, one of the most talented players on his team, refusing to give up, and another big kick return late in a ball game that appears to be lost. Max Jackson with his 4th return for a touchdown this season.
The official doing his best animatronic robot on the sideline. That was hysterical. As Vegas will kick the extra point. Kicker's Matt Rage, the undrafted rookie. The extra point is good. Onside kick coming from Rage. And still 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They got to recover the onside, though.
Here's the Vegas's biggest problem. Here, let me tell you what it is. That Max Jackson doesn't play offense. If they could get him to play offense, I think they'd be in a lot better position than they are right now.
Rage for the onside kick, down 10. And it's bobbing around. Who's got it? Who's got it? Oh, Mexico City recovered. Was that Ray Bentley?
What is he? Ray Bentley is on the hands team out there,
way.
apparently.
I don't know if he got it or not, but he was in the pile. He was in the scrum. And, hey, heck of an onside kick there by Rage. Great effort.
Right.
Well, it's not over yet. Vegas still has 2-minute warning, all 3 timeouts. They can't give up a first down. That's not a good start. Ray Bentley, hey, how about one?
Well, if you're going to give up a first down, you might as well do it when you've got the 2-minute warning coming up.
But now back into Varner field goal range, which I'm sure Vegas would say, hey, why don't you kick that right now and then kick back to Max Jackson so we have a chance. 2 minutes to go. What a game here on Fan Night. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch. Depth charts are a funny thing in the SFL. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Vegas needs a stop. Hand off Bentley. Bentley running left. That's what they got. Bats Johnson, very quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Gets the Vegas timeout.
You're right. We haven't called his name really at all, and he comes into the night with 8 sacks. So really their premier pass rusher, and give credit to the Aztecs offensive line for the most part. They have been able to hold him off just enough to give Wilson enough time to hand it off.
2nd and 9. Hand off Bentley. And Bentley got some more yards. 3rd down and 1 now. Vegas down to their last chance.
Right. So here you are, 3rd and 1. Ray Bentley running like a beast that he is. Running through people. Now your task as a defense, put everybody up on the line. And let's go helmet to helmet and see if we can stop them at the line of scrimmage.
How about the running back duel tonight? Redford, 29 carries, 135 yards. Ray Bentley, 26 carries, 132 yards. Both have played outstanding games. Wilson keeping a clean sheet, 15 to 24, 151, 1 touchdowns, no picks. Of course, Rahman, those 2 picks. Vegas would be winning right now without those pick sixes. Ray Bentley has a first down. Ray Bentley almost scored. Irvine with the tackle, but Vegas has to burn their last timeout, and that brings out the victory formation for Mexico City.
Yeah, it's just, and we've seen this play all night, Cam. It's kind of a delay play where it shifts the running back from the right to the left, and the blocking, it just seems like it's a little bit of delay in there, but it works wonderfully. And actually, I got lost. Bentley, to me, got lost in the line of scrimmage, and I started following the fullback, and he was running wide open. So They just a really good job by the offensive line, that play caller, and that blocking scheme to open that up to really seal this game.
So Matt Wilson takes the victory formation. Vegas is out of timeouts. Vegas will drop to 2-4 and join the cluster of teams towards the bottom of the Western Conference. You've got Vancouver now 2-4. Denver is 2-4. Vegas 2-4. San Francisco 2-3. And Sioux Falls 3-2. It's a mess down there.
Yeah, it is, and they have clearly they have the pieces to be successful. They really had this game in hand for right up into the third quarter, and it seems that just everything, the entire culture, shifted on offense when that pick six happened. It's like this all the confidence they had just left their bodies, and they were just left with like shrugged shoulders for the rest of the night.
Andy says, "You're a mess." I'm doing fine, relating to me calling the bottom of the West a mess. Not the teams themselves, just the tiebreakers and such. Gee whiz, Steven. It's like a PR nightmare around here. Third down and 13. And Wilson will take one more knee, and that's all he'll have to do for the rest of the night, unless he goes out to party, which he's known to do after victories and losses, and on Thursdays and Tuesdays and all that.
Yeah, that Gronk lifestyle, that'll catch up to you, though. If you're not careful, Matt.
Oh, well, the Aztecs can breathe. This was a tough one. And Vegas, I'm sure, is already ready for the rematch. 31-21, the final. Mexico City comes away with a victory. They used 25 consecutive points to erase a 14-6 deficit. 15 of those were off of pick sixes. One by Fran Agawa and one by Jeffrey Daggs. And here are your final numbers.
Well, this is the fourth straight victory for Mexico City. Remember, their only loss on the season was back in week one to the defending champion Alaska Storm. But really, through the first half of this game, the Aztecs looked questionable, both on offense and defense. But in the second half, they put on an absolute clinic, both through the air, being very conservative with their passes, being very efficient, but also the running game. And Ray Bentley really came alive. There's a beautiful pass from Wilson to Daggs in the back of the end zone. Only his third touchdown pass of the season so far. And for Vegas, a lot of great things to build on, but the number one thing now that you're going to have to rebuild is Tom Raymond's confidence, because that has been absolutely shattered by some of the play call choices that this team made, opting to really put him on the shelf after his pick six in this game, where I really felt they should have doubled down on Raymond because he was having such a good night tonight. So, but what a great fan night game to have.
Outstanding play by both teams. Mexico City, despite all the points, Steven, they still only got one offensive touchdown tonight. They just continue to find ways to win without the offense getting into the end zone. It's really extraordinary. As we had two pick sixes, a kick return touchdown, and all sorts of things. Despite all the running, not a single rushing touchdown in the game either. Aztecs 4-1, Vegas 2-4. As the journey continues to the SFL playoffs, and it is getting exciting as we head into the midway point of the regular season next week with week 7. A couple of Eastern tilts to start the week. Queen City at Indy, London at Carolina. Lopsided on paper, but you never know when the big games and the close games are going to come calling. Ray Bentley, 27 carries, 142 yards tonight. He was the BEAST in this ball game. Final thoughts, Steven.
Cole Varner continues his run for MVP as he continues to nail field goal after field goal. But in honest truth, this was really telling for Mexico City. They're a team that can look like they're struggling at first and really all of a sudden bring things together to show that they should be considered one of the top teams here in the SFL. And as for Vegas, they've had just a slew of really quality teams to welcome them into the SFL. Still trying to find their footing, but as we saw in that first half, can't compete with the best of them. It's just too inconsistent right now, and they just need to build on that.
Mr. Gutty 117 says A+ call tonight, guys. Thank you. And we thank you all for being here on Fan Night. Looking forward to an interesting slate of games next week. Who's going to be on Fan Night? Chicago at Baltimore, St. Louis at Denver, Dallas at Tallahassee, New Orleans at Houston, Atlanta, Tulsa, Vancouver at Alaska, or Mexico City, San Francisco. They're on the list. We'll find out in the Discord community in the coming days and weeks. Get those progressions in. Can't wait for Week 7 of action. For Jeff Melanician on stats, did a fantastic job keeping up with all the action tonight. And for Stephen Mullenax, I am Cameron Irvine, and this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. Wave goodbye. Wave goodbye? Wave, golly, what a terrible exit. Wave goodbye. Crazy. To the cam. Get out of here.
Wave goodbye.
Goodbye.